Hello and welcome to Deft and Dorky. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Talk about
Yeah.
other stuff. Systems that we may or may not end up playing in other campaigns. How's everybody doing?
Ooh. Which system? Sorry, I'm
Just
late.
got
Going pretty good.
Espergenesis. Let me try out.
I've been hearing a lot about this DC 20 as well.
Oh yeah, from the Dungeon Coach or whatever. I watched some of his YouTube stuff before.
All
People are
right.
talking.
So first things first. Did everyone level to 13? It
No.
seems like no one did.
Sure did.
I completely
points.
forgot. Oh my
Oh, there it is.
gosh.
Look at that. Oh,
Ooh,
right.
nice roll.
I completely forgot. I'm so sorry.
Doesn't bother me any. It's just gonna hamper you.
I rolled a 2.
That's unfortunate.
Oh my gosh, dude. Whoops.
Forget how to level. Where do I go?
This is going to be my 3rd level in the 80s on HP.
I rolled a 5. Look at that.
Hey, nice.
Let's see. I'll be.
Where you
Hold
going?
a minute.
So I'm
Tough
guessing
by
that's
low
a
touch for me.
that's a level in Warlock for Saturn.
Yep.
Okay.
Isn't there normally a little gear here? Things changed.
Yeah, there should be a gear in the top right corner. Well, it's not a gear; it's a hammer and anvil.
Sorcerer is D6, right?
Sorcerer is D6.
And are we rolling in Tailspire?
Yes.
Okay.
Things changed.
Deft and Dorky.
I don't know how to do it.
Come on, baby. Big money. Yes.
Hey, there you go.
1,
Let's
2,
see.
3, 4, 5.
Oh, I'm not signed in. Okay.
That would do it.
I get a meta magic. I get an extra cantrip. I get another spell.
There we go.
What spell are you gonna pick? You
Ah,
such an
spell,
important
oh my God.
decision. You should probably spend more than 2 minutes thinking about it.
Wow. Well, my bad.
13's a big one.
I
Spells for me.
I multi-classed, so it doesn't really matter that much. I don't get any, let's see. I don't get my 6th level. Man, I could have gotten 7th level spells too. Oh well. The choices we make.
Let's see, who am I missing? Just Tez Tuzmo?
Yeah, Tailspire's being finicky right now.
Oh, all right. Well, it's been a while, so I'll do a little recap. You guys, after, let's see, 2 times ago, I guess, or no, it was last time? No, 2 times ago, you went through information. I'll just start with information you know. You know that you went and found Saturn's father, his birth father, hang out with him for a while. Then you went, and the information that you gathered about what is happening right now is that Shalandro is bad news. He's being summoned from the far realm. He is. Let's see, what was the word? Shalandro, bringer of terror, harbinger of madness, sent forth to herald the bonded one. That's what you know about him, and that he's being summoned. Presumably by Draga / Reginald Bowley. You know that he is trying to accumulate a bunch of different items, ones that are like linked to different planes, in order to pull him through. The sort of information that you've pieced together that you haven't, that what you're assuming and not confirmed is that at some point they tried to pull him through and he was something went wrong, and so they had to go about it a different way, and now they're at this the sinkhole where you guys saw them, all the Githyanki, or all the Gith and one Slod that you saw. Between you and the researchers, you figure out that they were trying to pull him through there because something went wrong at some other point. You have also an inkling that they did try to do that from this place before, because the night you all met, stuff was pulled from the Shadowfell, all the ghosts that you fought in the very first session, and also in Adavos, that beholder that you fought was came there in that same time period. So you guys kind of filled out that Bermuda Triangle thing, that featuring like that things around that sinkhole were happening in there. You can re-roll that, David. But you know that he is trying to gather these things, but you don't know how much exactly he has yet. Once he gets enough of them, he's going to try again and likely be more successful with the tries that he has under his belt. You know that he's going to have some kind of being from the material plane that's been corrupted by another plane. You guys have a few leads onto what that may be. But you gathered up what forces you could. You gathered up you got a few of the people from the Aegis that Jace's brother Aid brought in. You got people from the Gilded Shadow, some of the assassins. And you also sent a message to Vonik, who said he was on his way already, and bringing some friends. Some of the Goliaths are coming down the mountain. So you're supposed to meet him at some point on the way there. And you guys headed off into the jungle. Once you got a little ways in, you went what you thought to be the quickest way. You came across that goblin camp that you had once run into. Only now everything is sort of torn asunder, and there's various bodies in different states of decay. And that's kind of where we left off. So I will stop the recap there unless you guys have any questions about things. I know it's been a while, but finish up rolling hit dice. So far Saturn is the only one who's been really boned. And he will stay that way.
Yay!
Yay!
Good thing I don't get close to nobody.
Yeah, you guys are all level 13 now. And heading towards the sinkhole. You got all the extra people because you know that the Gith, there's dozens of Gith in that sinkhole, and you can't get in there by yourselves.
Well, my 5th level, or my next level spell might change that. We might be able to sneak our way in. I've got ideas, okay, man?
All right. But anyway, I can pull us over to give you a little bit of a visual for where you are currently.
Cute. Curious how many hit points does everybody have?
Immediately.
Does anybody have more than 114?
Hit points?
Hit points.
I'm not even at a 9.
You sure you know how many
I only
I
have I only have like 97.
I have
I'm a
104.
wizard. I'm a wizard.
have
Yeah,
165.
There we go.
I got less hit points than Ray. He rolls D6s
And
every time.
I know. I'm a scrawny little wizard. I've gotten pretty lucky with my hit point dice, I think.
I think I
David,
rolled 2 or 3 like every single time.
Am I the only one that's over 100?
I finally picked a spell for my spell. That was
I have
hard.
more than you do, David.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have 114.
Oh, really?
How do you
How do you
only
get so
have-
much?
I have
my
a lot more
God.
than you, David.
Con.
Yeah, what's your con modifier there, David?
+2.
Yeah, I got a +4.
Oh, I wish I had +4.
It's pretty nice.
I have a +3, but jeez.
I mean, I ain't got barbarian numbers though.
I
It's
don't
plus
need
5.
con.
+5 con for those keeping score.
Isaac, who are we all traveling with right now? Is it just our party, or did we meet up with my brother yet?
Yeah, you guys already left from Brable. You had aid and company in tow, and when you got outside the city, you ran into the people from the Gilded Shadow.
Yeah,
Wow,
they like
this
stealthed up on us.
looks familiar. I think I remember Atrix leaving Atrix here.
Yeah, can we find him?
Atrix leaving Atrix here.
I want to find him so bad.
Atrix leaving Atrix here.
I want to find him.
Oops, there we go.
Is this where we are? Where Atrix died?
Yep.
Ah. This does look quite familiar.
So yeah,
Oh.
like I said, different. You guys are you're not actually in the middle of it yet, but you are sort of walking up on it.
I like the creativity of somebody making that tree with the face, though. That's pretty good.
I know. It looks so good.
But yeah, you come up in here and it's like there's just little goblin bodies everywhere. Different, like I said, different states of decay. Most of them, like, there's a couple that have little bits of like flesh left on them, but most of it is bones at this point.
Can we see how they've died?
Go ahead and let's make a perception check for me just to get a general look around.
Vibe check. Oh, I forgot to turn on my fire connections. +8. 25.
Okay. Yeah, when you walk in here, you can see some of the walls have been sort of torn down. A lot of these goblins have, like the ones that you can see, have big gashes. The ones that have flesh left have big gashes, and the ones that are mostly just bone, you can see some of them are broken. It was definitely a fight of some kind. And with the 25, you do notice there is one skeleton that is much larger than the rest, which I guess you only Atrix. Well, no, I don't remember if Saturn would have seen this or not.
I don't think we saw anything, but we knew there was something big there.
Yeah. But yeah, you can go and inspect it further if you want. Everything has been sort of ransacked. There's not a whole lot left here. If you guys want to look around, you can.
Yeah, I want to investigate.
I'll spend some time investigating.
Okay.
We can tell it was some kind of battle.
Yeah.
And like normal wounds, not like plague or like something weird.
Correct.
No.
Yeah, up to 2 of you can make me investigation checks to have a look around and see what you see.
Somebody else besides me, that's terrible.
How do you make it not roll in D&D Beyond?
It's a setting in there somewhere. I'm not sure where though.
figure it out.
Roll an investigation, so no one else isn't.
Yeah, mine's bunk. Don't go with mine.
Okay, yeah, I can roll. I have plus 10.
16.
Okay, 16 and 22. The 16, you can looking around, you can tell that there was a fight between these goblins and something that weighed like a little bit more. With a 22, you can gather that it was likely, because you were here before. You figure out that this was likely an attack from those Gith. And again, I'll give it to you with a 22. You figure that probably since one of their patrols went missing, they started fanning out and trying to find what happened to them, and ran across this village and was like, these guys can't be here. The big skeleton that is remaining, you go over there, and again with 22, I will give you that it is looks like a kobold skeleton, but it's way bigger.
Can I
and with the
figure if this kobold is an attacker or attackee?
I mean, yeah, it was an attack. It was fighting, presumably with the goblins. And with the 22, again, you notice a bit of the clothing is very familiar.
But it was huge, right?
Yep.
It's like it's Atrix's clothes.
Yep.
Atrix was tiny.
It's true. Going about through the different buildings, you do, again, over 20, you do find most everything is broken and stuff, but you do find 2 vials of a very thick green liquid.
Like the clothing was being carried by him. He wasn't wearing it.
Like he was wearing it.
How do I feel that was possible? He's a lot bigger than Atrix, right?
Yep. You're not, because none of you were there. You guys all heard something big walking, but none of you saw what was going on, so your guess is as good as anyone's.
So it just, I probably wouldn't assume it's Atrix's clothes, though, right? It's a big version of Atrix's clothes.
Yep.
I guess they like his style. I'll pass that over to Mouse. Kind of weird.
I'll look at it, and that is a little weird. I could try to. Should I roll an Arcana check, see if I would know maybe anything, or would I just not know anything?
For the vials?
Or what? What? No. Why the? You pass any vials to me, or the information about those kobold?
The clothes.
The clothes. Yeah, that's what I thought. Look at the skeleton. Look at the clothes.
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
See if I would maybe know something magically. Thing. Wait. Plus 10 to this. Oh wait, let me pull up my character sheet. Give me 2 seconds.
1.
I mean, character sheet in game.
2.
Sorry.
Information?
It's coming. All right, investigation. Or I mean, Arcana. Sorry. This says plus 9, but it's actually plus 10. I haven't updated it on here. So 23.
The 23. I mean, you've cast enlarge, reduce a lot of times, so you know that it's possible. You're not entirely sure how this would work since it stayed after death.
Yeah. So I'm probably just. So, Merton, the only thing I could think of is. I mean, you've seen me cast enlarge, but normally that would end at the end of the spell or when something dies for sure. So if somebody somehow made it permanent, that'd be the only way I could see they could have made him extra large. But that's the
Atrix?
only thing I can think of.
Atrix extra large?
Yeah, Atrix with a spell. You know, same way I made you extra large during the fight.
I'd like to have seen that. That's how I remember
But-
Atrix from now on.
But as far as this, it's odd to me because my spell doesn't, last after death. So I don't know what to make of this.
Was Atrix a kobold?
Yes.
I was thinking goblin for some reason.
No, he hated goblins.
Oh, yeah. Atrix wouldn't like that.
It led to his death.
Sometimes you live long enough.
So,
you
oh,
yourself
wait a
become
minute.
The enemy.
You telling me that's Atrix?
It could be. It's hard to say. It's just a skeleton. It's definitely a kobold
What was?
and
Was
had
Atrix.
scraps of his clothing. So if I had to guess,
Is the clothing also his size? They're not small.
Yeah, it seems to have been enlarged with him.
So you guys seem to be speaking of this kobold creature that you made friends with.
Yeah, he's our last intern. So, well, can't you, I think we've done this before, can't you, like, talk to dead folks?
I
try
cannot.
I'm thinking of a dream I had.
I
No,
cannot.
I can't either.
I don't have sleep
Weird
with
dream,
that. I
sorry.
don't even think it's. I don't even think that's a wizard spell.
That is a weird dream. Kind
Yeah, I
of
don't
dreams are
even
you
think-
having?
I don't even think that's a wizard spell, so I wouldn't even go on it.
I could have sworn we talked to somebody. It's rough getting old.
Memories of another life.
I guess I'll cast Detect Magic just to see if there's anything residual with it.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
Arcana. 16.
Okay, 16's decent. Yeah, there's something about there. I mean, it's very faint. You figure probably because he's dead. But yeah, within his bones, there is a faint magical essence. There.
I'm gonna sift through his body to see if he has that one flask that he and I would just like steal back and forth from one another that I think he had when he died.
Okay. Hey, you go looking through all that stuff. He's been picked clean.
Rest in peace, little man. Little big man. General Atrix. Or King Atrix, I can't remember. Whichever one it was.
Well, if it is him, we can't just leave him here. The last thing he'd want to be is laying around a goblin camp. Maybe towering over a goblin camp.
Yeah, can we, how heavy would his remains be?
I mean, pretty heavy, but you guys have like a dozen people or so. You can move it if you want to.
Yeah, we gotta. What's the
Yeah.
kobold ritual? We'll bury him. I start
Yeah,
picking
let's-
up pieces.
Let's do that.
I'll help.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it takes a little while, but you do manage to pull all of it out of the camp, and are able to give it a proper burial.
You guys got any words for your friend?
Nope.
No,
See you later. I already said my rest in peace, little man.
I find that
Yeah.
silence is the best way to speak loudly
Well-
about someone.
We had a moment of silence for you. That's it. Or for Atrix. That was it.
Hope that you find whatever it was that that guy did to you, or betrayed you, or whatever actually happened in your life. I'd pour one out for you, but you stole my flask and now it's gone, so.
All right, where to
Cool.
next?
Yeah, let's move on.
I thought we were actually having a moment of silence.
Oh,
Moment's over.
I will. I will. You know what, guys? You're right. You're right. Pez, thank you. All right. Moments like this, it really, you know,
Don't do the speech, please.
Oz. I spent 10
You
minutes
missed
talking.
an important part of the moment of silence. A very important part.
I'm gonna breeze right past him. Just like, as if nobody uses if you'd say anything. I've got the floor, tune the whole world out, and I talk for another 10 minutes about the frailty of life and the importance of the little things. You know, shaking hands, kissing babies. You know, mow your lawn like a little bit further than what your property is. You know, so that it's not, you know, not disrespectful. Like you're making a commentary on how your neighbor needs to mow his lawn, but enough to be like, hey, you know, I'm not going to leave this with this little thin, weird patch of grass in the middle that neither one of us really wanted to take on. And after that, everybody gets hang on, I've got to look up how much it is again.
This seemed fresh in his mind. Like, this is like something that's happened recently.
You all get 18 temporary hit points.
There you go.
All right.
Peace out, Atrix. I don't know if any of that really jived with your life or anything, but glad to have known you.
David, that puts my hit points, including temporary, to 183, in case you're keeping score.
If Atrix is cutting grass in the afterlife, he'll have words of wisdom to follow him.
Yeah, exactly. Winning, I just need to mow my lawn. That's all. Hard to fill 10 minutes, so.
All right.
Especially when you're trying to speak to a person that we've really all collectively gotten over pretty quickly when it happened. We knew that you shouldn't have done it.
We just
Did it
tried to
anyway.
mention. We didn't even look
And-
back.
It's just a
No.
pile of bones. It may not actually be him.
Yeah, we're not even sure that's the right
You
guy.
just buried a random pile of bones.
No.
All right, you guys move on. Are you taking the 2 vials with you?
I think that-
Who got those? Did I get those?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I hand over to Mouse.
Oh, hand them to me. All right. If he's handing me, I'm gonna investigate them and kind of pop the cork and sniff it a little bit, and not like touch it or anything, and just see if I could like recognize any of this, like what it might be. Let me make some kind of roll.
Yeah, give me a nature check.
Nature. All right.
Does my detect magic detect if they're magical?
Yeah, they do have a magical essence about them.
All right. Nature. Not one of my best, but that was really bad.
You take it and it's thick and green, and you pop the cork and smell it, and it is like the most heinous thing you've ever smelled.
I'll put that
It
cork
is-
back on real quick.
It is an acrid smell.
Gag a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I get a whiff of it, where I could tell?
You can
Or
try
were
to
you-
take a smell if you want. It's up to you guys.
You see me
I'll-
gag, I go bleh.
Yeah.
Put it back on you there.
Oh, my turn.
Oh, hey, anybody else want to smell? Here you go.
Aw, 7.
Smells
I
real
didn't
bad.
I didn't turn into anything foul by smelling it.
Yep, smells awful. They do have a magical essence about them, though, that Jace can see.
What school of magic?
Let's
The
see, what would
douchiest
that
part of
be?
this spell. This is the worst part
Abjuration
about the tech
or
magic.
it's going to be abjuration or conjuration, I guarantee. From my potions.
It's good that Isaac gets that turned back on him.
It's all good. It would
What
be
school of
abjuration.
magic is it?
Yeah. Almost all potions are either abjuration or conjuration.
You said that was a nature? You guys were sniffing for nature?
Nature,
Yep.
yeah.
To see if you could decide what was in it exactly.
Well, I'll give it a sniff. I got some nature.
Okay.
Give me that, you babies.
Here you go.
Babies.
Oh, look at him.
There you go.
So you pop the cork and you smell it, and oh man, it about singes off your nose hairs. But underneath that heavy tone of intenseness, you do smell something that smells like blood. So you figure that there is definitely, like, there is blood in here, and seemingly some other different types of, like, crushed plants and something else that's weird that you were guessing the goblins put together here to make this potion, but it is definitely got some kind of blood in it, and with a yeah, that's about that's what you would get out of that.
Give it back, say that's blood. And some other things.
Well, let's
Some other things.
let's just put this in here for safekeeping, and I'm gonna put it in my handy haversack, just to keep it safe for now.
Blood and stuff.
All right, you guys moving on. This is, I think, your second or third day in the jungle, so you have another night or two. I don't remember, so we'll call it two. Until you reach the sinkhole. So if there's anything you want to do as you're bedding down for the evening,
I'm going to scribe another spell now that I can.
Okay.
I've been saving all this ink for it for when I got strong enough to scribe and understand it. So I'm going to scribe Magnificent Mansion from the spellbook, Ivia's spellbook.
oh man,
Nice.
Can't cast it, but I'm gonna scribe it. It takes some spell components I don't have.
oh,
But I've been saving this, so I'm gonna go ahead and scribe it.
okay, yeah, easily enough to do for you, as long as you have all the inks and stuff.
Yeah, I've been saving exactly 350 gold worth of ink for that. All right, now I have no more ink.
All right.
Isaac, is that that one woman that was trying to like flirt with me for information in the Gilded Shadow? Is she in this camp?
Yeah, she would be.
I'm gonna find time in the evening to just like chat with her briefly.
Oh, here we
Okay.
go. Jace's love session.
That's a funny laugh.
I'm just gonna be like
find her.
very publicly, like not like privately. I'm just gonna be like, hey, first, sorry, what was your name again?
Damn it. I don't remember what her name was. Did I write that down somewhere? Let's see.
I don't know that you ever actually said a name.
Her name's
Yeah,
gonna
I don't.
But she's really important.
be...
Yeah, I don't think you ever gave her a name. You just did the whole flirt session with him, which was awkward.
Awkward for you, maybe.
Her name's gonna be
It was
Rhoda.
awkward to listen to.
Some of us were into it. Okay.
Rhoda Chase. By the end of this,
I would imagine Merton's got an eye peeled on you.
Yeah,
After the big speech you gave him last time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So whatever her name is. Listen, I just, want to clear the air a little bit here. Like, I have a girlfriend now, so, like, nothing's gonna happen, okay? And I do this, like, when there's people around, like, eating dinner and stuff like that. Like, I ignore most of them, but intentionally have this conversation with her in front of them.
Okay.
And just be like, last time I know you tried something. I know it was kind of like two ships in the night, just kind of miss connection there. So, hope there's no hard feelings or anything like that, but, like, I'm not interested anymore. I don't think I was from the start, but I also didn't really want to hurt your feelings or anything, so... but, like, if things get crazy out there in the heat of battle, like, I'm still gonna, like, save your life and stuff, so I just, like, no hard feelings, right?
She's like in the middle of like eating something off the fire and she just looks at you. Sure.
Perfect, cool. Because you definitely were, like, coming on to me real strong, and I just was thinking you probably felt bad. So, no need to feel bad, and hope you enjoy your whatever that is. Looks kind of gross, but anyway, I'm gonna go back over there and eat my tri-tip. So, see ya.
She watches you walk back. The rest of you kind of
Jace.
notice, like,
This is
she's
good
keeping
squirrel.
an eye on him.
I go back to my squirrel.
Your tri-tip squirrel.
That's right.
This squirrel is
All
3
right.
tips.
I hope what's her name was in front of that, or, like, was there too. Who's the leader that came along?
Lucia?
Yeah, it's
Lucia,
the girl.
yeah.
I took her
Yeah.
armor.
Yeah. Lucia's been trying to actively avoid Saturn.
Yeah. Well, good, because, sticky fingers over there. Yeah, that's it for me.
All right.
Establishing dominance.
Anything else you guys are doing for this, for the night? Or are we going forward?
Nope.
All right. All right. The next day, you guys are continuing to walk on towards the sinkhole. And who is it has the highest passive perception? Is that Jace? Or is that Saturn?
I have 16 for
got
passive.
15.
I have an 18.
Okay. You are walking along, and the gilded shadow folks, who are like in and out of your vision, like they're staying pretty hidden for the most part. Suddenly, you hear them like go silent, and you look around, and Lucy is looking directly at you, Saturn, and she gives you the finger to the lips, telling you to be quiet, and tells everyone to get low.
I will start mind linking with all my friends to let them know to be quiet and keep a lookout. I'll mind link with everybody here in time.
Okay. So you guys all sort of get low and start to hide. Go ahead. Well, yeah, I guess there's no need. You guys all get low and start looking around, and you start hearing rustling coming towards your position. And you could, like, that sort of sense is palpable, and you're like getting ready to have to potentially fight something. And through the bush comes a familiar face, a very tall fellow, followed by a whole bunch of other very tall fellows.
No.
And he just says, he's looking around. He doesn't see you guys, but you guys see Vonic.
Yeah, boy.
I'll walk over and give him a big hug. Volnick, my man.
He just looks down at you. He goes like, "How's it going?" And he puts his arm around you and brings you in for a hug.
I'm gonna jump up and like put my arms and legs around him. How you doing, buddy?
He's like, it's hot.
Can imagine from
And you guys start to notice
Where
all
you
the
from?
all the other Goliaths who have no experience in this heat. Like, they are just glistening with sweat. And you can see they all look a little bit tired, but still focused. But he asks how everyone is, fills in all those gaps.
Can I use shape water to make all the sweat on all their bodies cool?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Oh,
All right. I'm gonna cast shape of water and start cooling them all down.
Okay. Yeah, they dig that. They are, and Volnik sort of goes over it. He's like, yeah, he tells you that, yeah, this is rough for them, but when they're fighting, they're fine.
Whenever you need, you just let me know. I'll cool you down.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. All right, so you guys continue on your journey through the jungle, and until you come. Well, let's see here. Okay, so you're getting close to the sinkhole, and you get that sort of that stare again from Lucia telling you all to get down. So
Again, I'm not even
okay, you do that all again, and
I'm gonna go ahead and cast with my ring of store spelling or spell storing. I'm gonna cast fly on me, Jason Mouse.
okay. You guys all have fly. You see 5 Gith moving through the jungle. They don't see you yet, but they are moving in your direction. What would you guys like to do?
do they look like a patrol?
Yes.
How
And do
far
we
out
get-
are they?
Probably about 100 feet, roughly.
Do we get the sense that, like, do we have any inkling of how far we are from the sinkhole?
From memory, you're pretty close. You'll get there today, we'll say.
Okay, but not like, oh, if we engage these 5, we're like with an earshot of it.
Well, I'll give you this. Do you notice that they do have like horns attached to their belts?
Okay.
But you guys have all of you, plus the Goliaths, plus the Gilded Shadow people, plus Aid and those folks. So I just want to know what your sort of plan of action is. This isn't going to be a rolled combat.
Right.
I just want to know what you're doing, and then we will roll to determine the outcome. Because there's no way that you lose the fight, but depending on what you do, it could have consequences as to what happens moving on.
I think we should subdue them quickly. It's 5 less to deal with.
Right.
Yeah, with us 3 have fly. We can just go above them and bombard them if we wanted to.
I'm going to like ready mage hand
Okay.
and like just attempt to like, if any of them go for the horn, like I just want to like move the horn out of grasp. You know what I mean? Like they reach for it and it's like, oh, it's not there.
Okay. Mage Hand is... You can see it. So are you trying to move the Mage Hand closer to them?
No, I'm gonna ready it like so. Like action starts and then I'm like, that's my first thing that I do,
Okay.
and I just like I've got enough people that will kill these people. I'm gonna do like prevent defense on them. sounding the alarm. You know what I mean?
Okay. So with the use of like that plan, and you guys have fly, and the like gilded shadow people are around, you can talk to them telepathically. Just someone roll me a d20 at advantage.
I want to say that we need to keep one alive. At least one. Try to keep them alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless he goes for the horn. Any movement for the horn, take him down.
Do they all have horns?
Yes.
Oh man.
We have a bunch of like roguish people. Like we have a whole guild of guild of thieves. Come on, they can get close.
Yeah.
Roll for the d20s.
So hold on a second before you roll.
Oh.
Are you trying to?
You said, "Hang on a second."
I did. Are you trying
Those don't
to?
count.
They don't. Not yet. You are
Somebody
trying to
else
keep one
roll?
alive.
I'm asking to keep one alive.
Okay. Is that you guys are in charge here? So
Take him down as fast as we can.
I say we just take him down.
All right,
If one happens to be alive, good for us. But
I'm overruled. They say kill them all.
okay.
Kill 'em.
So go ahead and roll 2d20s. Don't
Tell us someone
roll.
else roll
Don't
this
roll
time.
a 1 on both of them. Because this is basically a check with advantage because you guys like spent spells and have a plan. Okay, you're fine. It's mostly the Gilded Shadow doing the heavy lifting here and like striking these guys before they even know what's going on. They all die very quickly before any of them can get any kind of signal off. But you are now close, and you know that.
I'd still use Mage Hand to like take the horn away.
All right.
I'm gonna
From
check.
the
These.
bottom.
I remember the last time I was here, I checked the gift. They had, like the tuning forks. I'm checking their body to see if these guys are carrying tuning forks like the last one.
2 of them.
See if anything's changed. 2 of them still are carrying tuning forks.
Yep.
I'm gonna take them and put them in my bag, but that's all I'm looking for.
Okay. All right. You guys carefully continue to move on until you.
I'm also gonna grab one of the. I'm gonna grab one of their horns too.
Okay.
While I have fly on for 10 minutes, I'll do some scouting
Okay.
as safely as possible.
Yeah.
I will not go above the canopy of the...
Okay. So you're not going above
Tree
the
line.
academy. Got it. You don't come across any other patrols this route, but it is not long until you do come across the sinkhole. And now the course of action is up to you. How do you want to go about this?
Does it still seem busy?
Yes, there's still dozens of Gith. Well, how close are you getting?
I'm gonna suggest that, I'd like to sneak up and like kind of get some scout ahead a little bit and see what we can see before we go in.
Yeah, whoever wants to, I'll cast invisibility on you, so you can kind of get an eye on things.
Who's the quietest?
I have advantage to stealth, so and +7.
Sounds like a
Unique
plan
guy.
from us.
But we
No.
also have the Gilded Shadows that can scout for us. Just saying.
Lucille!
For real.
Front and center?
That's kind of their thing.
I'm not gonna yell that because we're close to the front.
I'd suggest we don't.
I'm gonna mind link with her and be like, hey, can you come up to the front?
Are you doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. She comes up there. Do you want something?
We have a plan. Can you do some scouting on the area?
I'll make you extra sneaky, and we'd love to know how many of them there are, and if anything weird is going on. Weirder than weird. It's already weird, but and keep an eye out for these salads that are walking around.
Here, I'm gonna have my sprite land on her shoulder, and then I'll have her go invisible. She'll stay with you if anything happens. We'll be there.
Give me a persuasion check.
19.
She, as your sprite goes on her shoulder, you can see she doesn't like that. But with a 19, she'll allow it for now. All right. Someone go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
I'm casting invisibility on her if that helps.
Okay. Give me Othin. Give me 2 d20s, so that one plus one more.
Ba-ba-ba-dee.
Oh, me roll another one? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody else can. Never mind, Chase did.
Okay.
Ignore this.
Well, I needed one more, so we'll take that one.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
So, okay, stealth is fine despite your lackluster rolls because she's really
10
good at
is
it.
perfectly even, right?
And she comes back to you and tells you that, yeah, there's dozens of Gith in there. She did see one of the monsters you described walking in between some of the rooms. She says, what do we do?
Did you see a path that we can get to them?
She describes, which you guys can see on the map here, which is there's a spiral that goes down into it. She says that's the only walkable path that I see. But she looks over at Saturn and you can fly.
When we say dozens, are we talking about like 36? Are we talking about like 72? Like,
she says it's hard to tell because they're some of them are moving in and out. She can't tell like how many are there, but probably 50 plus.
and how many of us are there?
So the Gilded Shadow, I think, sent you. What did I say? 12?
Huh?
You have Aid and his. I don't remember how many. I think it was 5 or 6. And then Vonic brought. Like, I think it was 20-ish Goliaths.
Jeez. Okay. So we could double the amount of bodies that are in this space, potentially. Or maybe not close to that. Like, would you say, hey Lucia, would you say there's more of us than them?
That's probably.
Or we're not quite there yet.
She looks around at what all you guys have got. Maybe close. They may have more. But my people, at least, fight much better if they're coming at us rather than us going at them.
Why don't we, what if we draw them out using the horn? Like, they're patrol calling for help. Maybe we can draw some of them out. Because they would maybe send help for their patrol.
Yeah, would it also help if all of us looked like them too? And I like reach my hand up and I just like snap my finger and I cast Seeming. And literally all of us are this like assorted 40 whatever people look like Gith, and maybe there's like one Salad. Vonic I make into a Salad or something.
How many can Steaming target?
The spell allows you to change the appearance of any number of creatures that you can see within range.
What's the range on it?
30 feet. Okay.
So you got to gather
Oh,
them up
I
a little
say-
bit, but
Everybody bring it in.
Group hug.
she looks at you and she looks at herself, and I guess this could work. What's your plan?
Well, hang on. That's a 5th level spell. Okay, we're clear. That would have been a real bad one to F up. This just will hopefully make it easier for us to weave in and out. And when I do it, I make sure that like all of us have some kind of like marking so that we can tell one another apart. You know, like all of us have like a weird blue tattoo on our shoulders or like something that could be covered, but when it's like go time, we can all like pull our sleeve up and it's like, yeah.
So you can tell shirts versus skins kind of thing.
Exactly. Like we wear matching wristbands to know who's guarding who, you know?
Okay.
Little dribblers reference out there.
She says, okay. What's your plan then?
I like Saturn's idea. Draw some of them out with the horn.
You
And
think
we
there's
could,
a way to
like-
draw all of them out?
Good job, Saturn.
That was a mouse playing, I think.
Sorry, what's up, Mouse's idea, my man? Good job, Saturn. Every good idea. Over you.
Team effort, go guys.
I'm glad you could tell that he got that idea through my mind link. Yeah, let's blow the horn. Hey, maybe
So
if
we
we can
need
get
a little-
10 or 15 of them.
We could set an ambush style, like in the trees, you know, like trying to like make it so we have the advantage when they come rolling in.
Yeah, if we kill a bunch of them, then we can send some of us in and be like, yeah, we handled the problem. It was like a bunch of goblins that had this one super weird undead kobold with them that was really big.
But if you speak a thanky, that'll be good.
One of us has got to be able to do that, right?
Oh,
Lucia
I
looks
don't
at you
have.
and says,
I don't have things.
you're here to stop something very specific, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think blowing a horn will spook them into starting that? Or speeding it up?
Yeah, I mean, like, if we all look like them, hopefully we can just, like, go about our business in their area.
And they look kind of suspicious, so like 50 people.
Yeah,
just
you know,
walking
like 50 of us just showing up at the doorstep. Like, hey, here's all these guys.
We'd have to go in, like, shifts.
still be
What
difficult.
what if a small group of us sneak in to try to figure out what's going on, and then if we need to, we can call for help with the horn. If you hear it, it'll be us.
How many of us can mind link?
I can do one at a time.
I can mind link. I can mind link us all.
We're all mind link
like-
currently, right? Like,
I
didn't
can-
Saturn?
I can bond. How many can I do? 8. I can bond 8 of us for an hour.
You can get all of us and then some captains, Lucia, and maybe a couple of the Goliaths.
So I can bind 8 of us for an hour. Telepathic
That sounds
bond.
good.
Aid pipes in around this time. He says, you think Sid is down there?
I actually don't. I think if there's something interplanar going on, he could be on the other side of this. But I don't know. He could be, maybe.
If there's a chance
He
Sid
is.
is down there, and we alert them that something is happening,
Mhm.
do you think that increases or decreases Sid's chances?
I think if Sid is down there, he's down there because he wants to be.
Okay.
And I think that if that's the case and they are alerted, I think that he's... If you're suggesting that he's in danger if the Githyanki know that we're here, I don't think that's the case. I think he may be in league with them or trying to do something alongside them. I think if he's down there, he's both wanted and wants to be there.
You said
Do you think otherwise?
you said they needed something to for this ritual or whatever it is. You think that all the things, you think all the things they're collecting and the material being corrupted by another plane, you think that when they finish this ritual, those are all going to be fine?
No, I mean, I just think that...
And you think that if whoever's down there doing it feels like his timetable is threatened, that he won't speed things up?
No, I just don't know that it's going to be fast enough compared to what we're able to do.
If we get a fight started now, surely there's no way they can form an entire ritual they've been planning for months and months, and if not longer.
I do think we try to get as many of us into position as possible. And if in position means that like there's an advanced scouting party that we could see what's down there, I'd love to see if Sid is in there. I think that we could like in shifts return as patrols, you know? So like I think the nameless few can go in first and be mind linked to several captains, and then I think after, you know, an hour, maybe even less, another like 5-person party could come down and support us if necessary or whatever.
And how far can your sprite get in there to see what's going on? And looking at Saturn as I say that.
I mean, I could send the sprite in wherever I can see on another plane.
And maybe we can
the
see
issue
what's
is
going
just we know there's a lot of magic here. If they're able to see it, then they're gonna know.
True enough.
Yeah, do you think they could see through? They might be able to see through this illusion. Could have been the best waste of a 5th level spell ever.
Oh, did you actually cast it? I thought you were just talking about casting it. Like, this is what I know.
He rolled the magic surge and everything.
It lasts 8 hours, so I really think whatever happens is going to happen before 8 hours is over. So.
8 hours later.
Listen, there's theatrics, man. And I felt like just casting it was kind of cool, so...
I mean, we can take a risk with the sprite. They didn't see Lucia.
If it kills your sprite, can you summon it back? I don't know how your sprite works.
I can summon them back.
So we won't lose too much.
Right.
If they see it. But we will know if they can see it. See?
Right.
It may alert them, but don't you also think that they have to know that people are aware of what they're doing? I mean, there's too many parties involved that want the same things, it seems like. You know, it's like Sid, there's Reginald Booley or whatever his actual name is, there's friggin' Traylor. Like, they can't all be working together, or if they are, they've got to be smart enough to know that, like, they are against some form of a clock. Right?
Well, you told me... I'm assuming you told Aid everything.
Yes.
He said, well, you told me they were trying to gather these items, but that was only to give them a better shot. That's what they said, right? Like, they could start it at any time and just...
Yes. Yeah. I think if anything starts to go down, I think we're throwing hands. I don't think any of us are here to just scout. Like, we didn't assemble all of these people to do anything other than fight.
We're here for a fight. I'll send the sprite in, see if we can get just a little bit more intel. And then we can go from there.
And
And
A
I like-
says, how long did they say how long the ritual would take once they started it?
They did not, right?
Didn't they come with us?
No,
The specialists for
no,
this
they
place?
did not.
No.
They did not tell you exactly how long, but I would say that you got the feeling that once they started, it will take and you know that like with most like ritual things, it's like under 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it could be it could be from like a minute to you get the idea that it's pretty quick once they start it, if they're based on the vibe you got from the researchers.
I kind of like look Aid in the eye and I'm just like, whatever it is, we're fighting. And we're going to be fighting in less than an hour, 30 minutes, 10 minutes.
Let's take an hour. I'm gonna cast fly into my ring of spell storing. Golly, every time.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start resting for an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, can we safely set up camp around here?
As far
Not
as you
camp, but just like one final kind of battle preparations. I mean, even this whole conversation, right? Can we just kind of...
You know that there was at least you know there was at least one patrol out because you killed it.
Yeah.
You don't know when they were due back. You don't know if there's other patrols out.
At least we all look
Probably
like him. Spread out a little bit. We look like them. Surely they won't.
When I cast
Yeah.
Seeming, like, I also gave like a designator for which kind of group they were with. So like, Vonic and his Goliaths all have kind of like a similar like nose bone structure, and all of the Gilded Shadow have like very angular eyebrows, and like Aid and all of his people have like super ugly warts all over their face.
Aid comes up to you. What? Why?
Oh, shut up. You're the prettiest of us. You deserve this.
So you are going to take an hour?
You're gonna try.
Seems so.
Can we just like use an hour as like our battle plan preparation time? Like this whole conversation, everything that we've been kind of working on, contribute to it.
Lucille
You
go
mean
and
the
scout.
last 5 minutes? Sure.
Well, less than
It's still
50,
roughly an hour.
55 minutes ain't 60, you know what I mean?
All right. If you're taking an hour, I need someone to roll me a d20.
Oh, no, I don't like this.
We don't have to take an hour.
How bad do you need it?
Roll it, David.
I don't need it that bad.
David's
I
our
can get it
dice
back.
roller. Let David do it. He's our dice roller.
Our guns, let's do it. Let's freaking do it.
Oh boy.
Throw it in the hole. It's because it didn't go in the hole.
I said to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
So- About 30 minutes into this, you see a group of 5 Gith sort of come up out of that sinkhole on that little windy path thing.
Mhm.
And they look over in your guys' direction, and they sort of look a bit puzzled and start walking your way.
So who speaks
I'm-
Gith?
How many?
5.
Anybody have the tongue spell or anything like that? Because I don't have that spell.
I think I had.
Watch, dude. Okay, I will cast Sending. Hang on. How do I do this?
Your buddy Aid, he's a caster, right? Does he have tongues?
It's like,
Come
I
on.
don't know. No, I don't have
Aid
tongues.
people?
Freak, dude.
They're getting closer.
Alright, I will, This is so bad.
Lucia comes up. Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Ready yourselves. We might have to take these guys out. Same thing as the last group. We'll have to be even quicker and quieter if this goes sideways. And I stand up and I kind of hail to them and wave them over to us.
They look at you. Give me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh my gosh. It's an advantage because I use Tides of Chaos.
Okay, so straight roll.
Straight roll. This is plus 11. Please, baby. No, it is not. It is not that. It is. It is. It is. Sorcery point down. Go again.
So,
Did I roll? Dude, no, it is not. That's still a 16.
can I
16,
use
okay.
Hang on. You can do whatever you want, bud. But I'm looking something up.
Okay.
So, before he rolls, can I use Restore Balance on him to take away his disadvantage so he would have advantage whenever he uses his thing?
What do you mean before he rolls?
Your connection to the plane of absolute order allows you to equalize chaotic moments. When you see a creature within 60 feet of you that rolls a d20 with advantage or disadvantage, you can use your reaction to prevent the roll from having the effect of advantage or disadvantage.
I mean, you can, but that would just be a straight roll, which is what he did.
Yeah,
So,
that's it. Cancel everything.
I'm gonna use the Pact of the Talisman on this, which
Okay.
says when you fail an ability check.
okay.
So did I fail?
And there are degrees of success. This was not the most successful, for sure.
Okay,
I would say
here we
that
go,
this
here we go,
counts as
here
a
we go,
fail
here we
for
go.
that.
There we go. I'm gonna do 3d4 to it.
Okay.
So 16 plus 5, 21.
21.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
The lead one looks at you as you do this, and she looks back and says something, and two of the people come with her, and she motions to the other two to back up. So two come with her, two go back towards the edge of the sinkhole. They start walking towards you.
I'm gonna have my invisible sprite fly to go see what those other two are doing.
Okay. The other two are. How in time? How is this going to work? Are you guys all still? Are you guys all telepathic bonded? Did you end up casting that, Mouse?
No, not yet. We were waiting to go.
Okay.
Because it only lasts an hour. We have not bonded yet.
So your sprite. I would say you could do that fairly immediately, and they're already a little ways out. So your sprite goes up, and it sees them. They look at the leader there, nod at her, and they start heading back. They don't head for straight for the ramp that goes down. They head towards the edge. Give me an insight check.
Twenty-four.
24. Okay.
Yeah, boy.
So you gotta throw it into the hole.
You see them start to walk to the edge. It looks like they are walking to the edge to be a relay.
Eh.
So the other three are walking towards you. Anything you're doing, you need to do it now.
Who's with
How
me?
far away are the other two?
Yeah.
So, how many? Okay, first off, there's a lot of you guys, and you're not all particularly well hidden. Let's see, where's the
Well, if we were
ramp?
gonna take a rest for an hour, we would have been a little bit better positioned than just.
We
in
would have
open.
tried to hide in the trees and stuff.
Okay.
Not like
We're
I'll
not.
give you that.
right
We're
out
not
in the open.
like open. Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been right out in the open where they would have saw us right away. We would have ducked in the trees, try to like conceal ourselves somewhat. It's not like we'd have been standing there like taking a break right out. Hey guys, how you doing? Coming
Like,
up out of there.
There's
know.
a stairway to the sinkhole. Let's just all stand around it.
So yeah, I would say you guys are like over. I would say you're kind of where you are, but the rest of your group is maybe a little bit further back because you're trying to keep an eye on the sinkhole, right? To see if anything's coming or going.
Sure.
The others are. Let's see. Get. So, 3 are walking towards you, and the other 2 go back to like right around here and are starting to look in and try to keep an eye on the other 3. So there's your
I
rough
see.
estimates.
I see these 3.
Uh-huh.
Where are the other 2?
Like in this area.
Oh, okay. I think because of fog of war, I can't see
Yeah.
them. But okay.
I'm gonna start walking towards them to meet them.
I'll go with him.
I think we'll all walk. It's like at least the 5 of us. Will
I
walk,
want to try and get to where I'm within 60 feet of the 2
or the 4 of us.
that walked away.
And as we walk up, I'm gonna like do a quick fudge. I'm gonna cast sending and send it to aid, and just be like, I need you all to spread out and to get in position and be ready to descend upon this sinkhole if this goes super sideways.
He says, okay. He's
3rd level
Those kind of
spell.
stuff.
Come on, baby. Oh my gosh!
Give me that D20 and D100.
Jeez Louise. Okay, 12 and 36.
12 and 36. 36.
This is honestly more fun than whatever was going to happen. Taking this hour break was the best decision of the night, honestly.
Okay.
I'd rather do this than be like, yeah, okay.
So you cast that, and
By the way, subtle spell.
okay,
So I'm doing it subtly because I feel like they're probably watching me.
okay. So you do this, and after you cast that, you start to hear like all the sounds of the jungle. Everything around you is
Okay.
like amplified. You're looking around, and you're like you can hear conversations going on in the sinkhole. Now, you can't like make out exact words or anything, but you can hear it like extraordinarily well. So
Is it in a
for the-
language that I understand?
It is not.
What? We are so screwed.
But
Okay.
for the next hour, you have advantage on perception checks related to sound.
Nice. Sick. Do I hear anybody that sounds like me? Like a brother or another humanoid that speaks common?
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. You do not.
Okay, last question and then we can continue this.
Okay.
What is the vibe of the sounds in the sinkhole? Is it like mild preparations? Is it like hastened, like, you know, like...
Give me an insight check.
Okay, plus 8.
That was not. I didn't mean to pick that dice up. I'm
Okay.
trying to delete it. I was trying to
Throwing
delete
it in the hole.
Yeah.
Gotta throw it in the hole. Oh, that's plus 8. So 24.
Okay. I would say currently the feel you get from it is it's like calm but restless. Like no one in there is looking to. They're not rowdy, but it seems like just from the sort of annotation of what you can hear, they've been there for a while and they're ready for something to happen. Okay. These three are still walking towards you. What are you doing?
I'm
we
still
able to-
moving towards them. I'm trying to get within 60 feet of the two that walked away.
Okay.
Can we try and like motion them like we need help, and then I want to point deeper into the forest?
Are you saying anything?
No.
I'm going to say that you start like flailing around and they look a little puzzled as they continue to walk towards you.
Oh, I didn't realize I had this. I'm casting comprehend languages on myself. It's a sorcerer spell. I didn't realize.
I didn't realize you had it. Okay.
That mean you can speak it?
Yeah.
I've only been asked if anybody had something like that for the last.
Oh my gosh, that changes everything. You take the lead, dude.
You can. It does make it to where you can speak as well. Is that how it works?
Let me see. No, I can only understand.
Yeah, tongues is the one you need to be able to speak and understand.
Well,
Okay.
At least I can understand, so I'm gonna cast it so I can understand
Okay.
what they're saying. I have an idea. For this.
They walk towards you. The other two. What are you doing, Saturn? Exactly.
I'm trying to walk towards them so I can get within 60 feet of the other two that walked away. That walked back
Okay.
towards the hole.
If you want to make a turn's worth of movement, you can. So depending on how you move may change some things. I'll give you this. Your sprite is still up there watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your sprite sees these two come over to the edge of the sinkhole, and then all of you hear just a quick sharp whistle, and your sprite sees these two looking down into the thing, and they whistle, and someone from inside the sinkhole looks up, and he just puts his hand up like this, and then he opens his hand, and he looks back over his shoulder at the other three, and he just keeps his hand there.
oh my gosh.
All right, these three are walking up to you. As they get a little closer, they say, you hear a strange language. No one here understands it. It's like
I
weird,
have
except for you, Saturn. The rest of you just heard like a "Huna Supadadis," and Saturn, you hear, "What are you doing here? Who are you?" And they continue to walk. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna look puzzled and going, and I'll walk up and I'll put my hands up and I'll go, and I'm gonna cast Mind Link on the guy who was talking, because we can understand each other for Mind Link.
Okay.
Yes. This is
I'm giving
amazing.
a stern look back. What are you doing here? Kind of a look. But I don't know what they said. But I look like, well, why are you out here?
Okay.
You could guess that would be the question, anyways.
Yeah.
I know what we know about this place is that it's like teleport central, right?
You know that at least at one point it was. You don't know how active any of the portals are.
I'm gonna cast real quickly Silent Image, and for those of us that didn't walk up, I'm gonna cast a Silent Image of the patrol that we killed, just kind of like standing and chatting with the rest of our people. So like with, you know, I don't. Are we all together on this?
You said that everyone else is sort of back.
Yes,
All
but I meant
five
like
of us are here, but everyone else is behind us.
Yeah, they can't see the rest of. Well, they see us 5.
right. I thought that like me.
Oh, they only see 5 of us. They don't see the 45 behind
So
us.
we got everybody hidden.
Well, you're
yeah.
not sure how much they see.
Yeah.
You
well,
know
we
they see
tried.
you guys. You don't know if they see anyone else.
I was under the impression that like Saturn was walking up and I was walking up with him, and maybe so was Miles. Is that right? I don't know.
I
thought we
don't know.
kinda-
I just stayed. I would have stayed close. So I would have walked up with them. Yeah.
I thought we sort of split. If that's not the case, then never mind.
I mean, you guys can move however you want to move. Your pieces are out there, so.
Yeah, I would stay with whoever's moving closer.
Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't stay
Then
back.
never mind. This
it-
plan is not as optimal. I kind of still dig it though. Never mind. I won't do it. Not yet. I'm ready to do it though if I need to.
Okay, so Saturn, you've pointed to
I'm
your
gonna-
mind. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna mind link with him.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, sorry, have a bit of a curse. Can't speak, only with the mind. We touched a statue like this one next to us, and I'll point to this statue.
Okay.
And then we ended up here. Where are we?
He says, he looks back at you and is like, sort of puzzled looking. Double check for me. You said that the mind link means that you can understand each other?
Yeah,
What does it
we
say
can
exactly?
understand.
Yeah, what else does he know? What kind of mind link is it?
You can speak telepathically to any creature you can see within 130 feet of you. You don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand, but the creature must be able to understand at least one language.
Okay.
So it would hear it in its language, I would presume.
It says back to you. Where were you? And it looks up at all the rest of you and says something out loud that Saturn, you understand. Is where were all of you?
I will mind link to the. Who would I think has? Out of everybody that we've talked to, who's had the most knowledge on the Gith?
The researchers who did not come with you.
Would I have known?
Have we seen these statues anywhere else?
You saw them the last time you were here. And you know what they are. They are statues, and you figured out last time that they are statues depicting two gods. Which are Otek and Verkin, which are, I think last time I called them Helm and Shaitan, but same thing. Otek and Verkin, which are Otek is the, like, god of, like, protection, sun, light, that kind of stuff, and Verkin is the god of, like, exploration, travel, survival, those kinds of things.
What's that one place, that center point, that nexus where you can go to the other planes?
Oh yeah.
Terminus?
Or Terminus?
We were at Terminus.
I'll slip him. I'm gonna slip him the. I don't know what he's talking about, but I was gonna hand it to him as he walked up. But I'm gonna hand him the tuning fork, like kind of slide it into his hand, because I was gonna hand it to him as he was walking up, but he was just a little bit ahead of me.
You're trying to do what?
I'm gonna slide the tuning fork into his hand. I was gonna try to hand it to him so he had a conversation piece, but I didn't
Okay.
catch up to him after he started talking.
Give me a sleight of hand.
That hand. Sleight of hand. 13.
13.
Yes.
You
Yes.
start to do this, and the lead one, all of you guys who are watching see this. You see the lead's eyes go down to that hand and back up to Saturn, and then she doesn't make no sudden movements. She just takes her hand and puts it on the hilt of her
So
sword.
I'm not I'm just sliding it to him, but I'm not trying to hide it. Like I'm not trying to be hidey of it.
At that
I'm just
point,
trying
I
to,
noticed that, I'll reach back, grab it, and hold it up. Like,
because I know that they're
Tuning forks,
using these to
relax.
travel. So I wouldn't try to hide it. I'm just handing it to him, really.
have I ever read about the Gith? Do I know their mannerisms or anything?
I mean, you've read about them as far as like the research that you guys did whenever you found out there were Gith here. You never looked into like
Their
much
gang
in the way
signs?
yeah, you don't know much about their about their cultural mannerisms or anything. No.
I do that thing with my fingers to make it look like blood, you know?
What?
I like, yeah, or whatever.
So yeah, no, she doesn't like make any sudden movements, but he does put his hand on the hilt of his sword.
Tuning forks. So you can see. Relax, big fella.
He just says, "You need to leave.
We're trying to, believe me.
Just turn around and walk."
Alright. That works.
Give me a deception check.
Ooh, bring it on.
No, we're leaving. There's no deceiving going on. Back to Brable.
28.
Yeah, boy, never mind. We're gonna kill them all.
They
Never mind.
they stand there. And just walk. They're looking at you. The other two, she gives just a quick head nod to the other two. They again, no sudden movements, but they put hands on swords. And she looks back and yells something over to those other two, which none of you guys understand except Saturn. And she just says, "They're moving on for now." I keep calling her she, because in my mind it was originally a she, but then you guys said he. I was like, it doesn't matter. It's it's just the person that came out here.
What's their name?
It's Rhoda.
I'm gonna keep an eye out during this next fight and not kill that one. You can join the party later.
Exactly there now. A recruitable NPC.
And I'll just back up.
Okay.
That's what we do. I say that like, oh my gosh, that was so cool.
Those three, once you get a certain distance away, you notice they do begin to follow you.
I will cast Sending on Aid and the rest of the party and just be like, you guys need to retreat rapidly but quietly now.
Okay, give me the.
Yep.
Are you subtle spelling it?
Yes.
So disadvantage.
Oh,
on your
freak, I
roll.
gotta roll at disadvantage.
I'm gonna put my arm on
Okay.
We're good.
somebody's Merton's shoulder, and I'm gonna start looking through my sprite's eyes and watching to see if those other two are staying or if they're coming or if it's just these three or what's going on.
Okay, you've got a bunch of big dudes trying to move quietly to get away through this jungle. Somebody roll a d20 for me, and you have to roll above a 9.
Can the 5 of us be moving at kind of like an angle away from them? Like we're leaving the sinkhole. Does that make sense though? Can like we leave at a different angle than our party? Like
Yeah, you
if they're
start to.
going.
Yeah, if you start to move like at anything less than directly away from the sinkhole, though,
Yeah.
they yell at you, "Hey, straight away!"
Like let's say that we're like, if sinkhole is 12 o'clock, we're gonna move at like 7 o'clock.
As soon as you veer towards 7, they say 6.
Okay. All right. Not a lot of leeway there, eh, Chief?
Nope.
What is my sprite seeing of the other two?
One of them has moved into a position, like, one of them is staying on the edge. One of them has now moved into a position where he has eyesight on both the one on the edge and the 3 that are moving on. And slowly, as you guys move away, they are breaking off one at a time, so they all have line of sight of each other as far as they can back to the sinkhole.
In the other group, then, like, if we're moving at 6 o'clock, can they move at like 4 o'clock so that there can be some like additional distance from us and them, if that makes sense?
Do you tell them to do that?
No, I'd have to cast anything again. No,
Then no, they
Dang
don't.
it. I feel like I would. Nah. No.
Yeah, but luckily with the roll, these Gith have not yet seemed to notice the rest of your party. How far away do you walk?
We
I
got
feel
a little
like-
bit of time, so we can waste time just getting these guys away. Once
far
I
as-
feel like there's no way that they could steadily get the attention of their party or their buddies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once
I
you're
mean, he
once
can-
you're like a, I don't know, 1,000, somewhere between 500 and 1,000 yards away, that last one, because they've just been creating a line as long as they have line of sight of one of the others, and then whoever's in the middle has line of sight of 2 all the way back. Once you're about 500 to 1,000 yards away, that last one stops and looks back at the other one and just
So you're telling me
waits.
there's like 10 football fields worth of distance where they could just like
Into a jungle.
into a jungle where they could just chain see one another.
They're, this
There's
is this is
three
where
of
they've
them.
been.
I know, but like there's 4 of them that like.
It's not. I
Okay.
mean, it's not a long way. It's
Okay.
at some. What I'm telling you is, at some point, it does. She does
Sure,
stop,
sure,
or he
sure,
does stop following
Yeah.
you, and just tries to keep an eye on where you're moving. Is your sprite still hanging out over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Once that Gith stops, how far are you going? Are you going out of line of sight of her and then stopping? Or are you keeping? Are you going to continue to go for a while?
I'm just gonna keep going until my sprite notices that they're kind of just going, okay, these guys are out of here.
Okay. So you guys keep walking for a while then, but eventually your sprite does see, because your sprite basically can see 2 of them. I'll give me a perception check to see how many of them he can see, because he has a bird's eye view. So
See, I didn't throw it into the hole.
so yeah, your sprite can see the 2 of them that are nearest to the sinkhole, and it takes a little while, but eventually, like, you see them do like hand signals and stuff, and you see the rest of them come back to that one in the at the edge. So you see all 5 together, and one of them starts to. I mean, you guys can do anything you want, but I'm just going to continue describing this for his sprite while you're thinking. One of them does go down a little ways into the sinkhole and then like whistles and yells something that. Can you understand it? Are you looking through your sprite right now, or is your sprite just giving you a
I am
play-by-play?
looking through my. Sure. I am looking. Yeah, that's why I placed my hand on Merton's shoulder while we
Okay.
were walking.
And how long does comprehend language last?
It was for an hour.
Okay, so yeah, you'll be able to hear this still. The one that was escorting you out comes back and yells down into the hole, something along the lines of, "We gotta keep an eye out. There were some other Gith. They said they basically tell them the story that you told them, and just say, We're going to need maybe a couple more patrols. And he's yelling us down to the hole, and they're, okay. They send up some more.
I'm gonna have my sprite go down in there and just start scouting. And trying to pick up on conversations while I have this comprehend languages up for an hour.
Okay. So the other, before it goes down, you say, he yells that down there, and then those 5 group up again, and they go on what seemingly is their patrol. You also see 2 other groups of 5 start to head up the spiral, seemingly on their own patrol. Are you going down? Or are you waiting to see which direction they're going, or what are you doing?
Yeah, the sprite's gonna go down in there and just start scouting around.
So you pick up, there's like a bunch of different rooms and stuff off to the sides of this hole, which you can see there are, lots of Gith like just sitting in them. They sometimes walk out. You see basically the same thing that Lucia reported, but you are able to like go into some of those rooms and look. And Lucia was pretty close with her estimate. There's probably around 50 to 70 here total. The conversations you pick up, well, first off is, what is going on with the rest of you guys? Are you just stopping and chilling while Saturn looks through the eyes here, or are you moving, or what are you doing?
We're waiting for information.
Trying to get that rest in.
Okay.
I think that we move very slowly, and I think that we try and reconvene with the rest of our group.
Yeah, we'll try and find everybody.
Because I think that like these additional patrols are going to be going out, and so we're going to have to navigate around that. Like, I don't know if we can hope to be hidden for another hour from that group. I don't know if that's feasible or not.
Okay. Saturn, your sprite goes down. The conversations you're picking up are mostly like not pertinent to what you're there for. They're just like casual water cooler conversations. You do the things that you would notice that are pertinent are down near the bottom. You do see a slod. It is talking to a couple of Gith, and the conversation you get off of that is basically the slod telling them to be ready because they're on higher alert now because they just found a bunch of people in the woods, and telling them to be ready to start the ritual at a moment's notice.
A bunch of like 5 people.
He is talking directly to 3 that are down there at the bottom.
Right, but they found a bunch of people, meaning 5, right?
Yes. Well, he didn't say a bunch, just they found people that were not supposed to be there, and that is weird. So they're on alert. They're not doing anything, but they're ready to do things if need be. How far in is your sprite going?
Going all the way. Going all around there.
Give me a stealth check with advantage.
Oh my gosh. With advantage. This is +8.
Okay. That's for your sprite?
Well, yeah, 20.
Okay. Your sprite has +8. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, 20 you get through there without much of a problem. A lot of the rooms and stuff are just sleeping quarters, things like that. Towards the bottom, there is that room that the slot was in front of. Sprite goes into there, In the back, there's a tunnel. It goes into the tunnel. There's a stairway that leads down. It's a pretty long stairway. Down in the bottom of that stairway, you finally come into a you hear chains jangling. And once you get down to that bottom room, there is a triangle-shaped room with little with pillars in it, and then up towards, like, as you walk in, you're on the bottom edge of this triangle, and then there's two that sort of come together in front. So you're facing the apex of the triangle, and there's like a slab, and the first thing you notice is that there is a person with arms chained to the walls, just sort of hanging out with a weird, like, creepy smile on his face.
I'm going to be describing what I'm seeing as I'm seeing it.
And around and behind and around that guy, there are little things sitting on the ground at the base of the wall. One of which is a little, like, jar.
Oh, dude. Oh.
With a swirling, sort of whitish yellow light with, like, it's almost like white smoke, but bright. And you can see that and a little small brighter spot within it, moving within it. Along with that, along the edges of the wall, different things you see. Let's see where it.
You're relaying all of this?
Yeah.
You see
Fudge, dude.
what looks like a section of a large wing, feathered wing. You see like what looks like a bit of scratched gith skin. You see something that you don't know what it is, but it looks. Give me a investigation check, and I'll see how much of this you can interpret. This is from you, not your sprite.
Not great. I went into the hole for a natural 20.
Oh my gosh! Throw
Okay.
it into the hole!
So you see something that looks like, you don't know exactly what it is, but it looks like it is from the abyss. Like, just from the little bit that you were on it, it looks like it's from the abyss. You see some sort of weird, misshapen, like, lump. That one you're not sure what it's from, but it's gross looking. You see a devil's, what you would assume to be a devil's horn. You see a little bit of, like, what looks like machinery with, like, little gears and stuff in it, within a little box. You see several jars filled with what looks like blood of some kind. You see shriveled looking, what looks to be a shriveled heart. All these different things lined up along the wall, like behind and to the sides of this one person that's in chains.
Do I think that my sprite could pick up that jar?
Yeah, dude.
You, looking at it, it is situated in a way that would be difficult for even you to pick up, but not impossible. It would be next to impossible for your sprite to try to pick that up.
Okay.
Okay,
You said there's like a heart and a devil's horn.
Mm-hmm. All
All
those things have it's not super mega lockdown, but it is put in a way that is not easy to move. Like, it's intentionally in a spot that it's not supposed to move.
Do I think I could ruin the heart if I, like, got a sword and stabbed it?
I mean, you could definitely puncture it. You don't know if that would have any effect on what it's there for.
And nothing's around in here looking at that.
Not currently, no. The closest
My-
being you have seen to it was that sloth who's up at the top of this tunnel.
My sprite's gonna go over to the heart
Okay.
And the dude chained up, right?
and pull out its sword and just start lopping that thing up like wild. Just turning it into mincemeat.
Isn't there a dude in there?
There
Like
is a
chained
dude in
up?
there.
Like where's his arrangement in relation to the stuff?
Okay, so before I'll give you this before you start doing this. Your sprite came down the stairs into this room, okay? Directly in front of you is some kind of altar. Directly behind that is this guy chained up. And then to the sides and behind him, towards the point of this triangle room, are where these things are lined up along the wall. So with a turn of his head, he has line of sight on all these things.
Yo, dude, we got some family matters going on. Because that's your mom, and that's definitely my brother.
So I'll tell you what. With that, we will end the session there for tonight, and you can think about it.
Dude, no.
Because we just passed 8, so we'll pick
We're
up from
so
there
blown.
next time and see how this plays out. So thank you guys all for playing. Thanks everyone for watching, and we hope to see you next week.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.